Hello everyone, it's Renton here. Today I wanted to start a little project that I've been thinking of for a while. People around the server have been telling me that it would be a good idea to do, so I'm going to start work tonight on a custom map. It would be a challenge map based off of the mazes of Zero. The overall goal of it is not to copy the mazes, so it's not a walkthrough, but make it based off of the mazes and make it difficult enough to where if you are able to complete this map on a completely vanilla game, you would be able to complete the hardcore set on the Zero server. So what I'm hoping to do for this is, now I want to have at least 5 of each of the maze types. There's mazes, parkours, puzzles. I'll have at least 5 of each one. I want them to be on a difficulty scale of the Forsaken map project that Bjork and I are working on, because if that gets done and the rest of the maps that are going to be added to the new hardcore system, if it ever goes up, if they're all held to the same difficulty standards as that, then it would be best to have this custom map at that same standard. So I don't have access to any map editing programs at the moment. For whatever reason, they don't load up properly for me, so I'm going to be doing this all in creative mode. I've downloaded a special map file from the Minecraft forums. I'll leave a link in the description as well as a thank you to the person who provided it. And it creates a void world using the custom super flat codes with a single block on it, which is great for starting out a build. And what I'm going to first do is create a complete copy of Zero Spawn, and I'll talk a little bit more about the map as I go along with this, so I probably will go quiet a few times simply because I'm thinking. And it's pretty late at night here, it's almost 10:30. So the first thing I need to do is, I want to match the orientation and everything. So facing east. Dang it. Now, let's go ahead and start. What is... I want to figure out where exactly spawn leaves us. Okay. So that makes it a little bit easier. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is I really enjoy making maps and stuff, but I really have a hard time building on Zero, simply because most of the time I'm on, I don't want to say bugged, because it's not that it's a bother. I agreed to be an op on the server so I could help people out, but it really reduces the amount of time that you have to make your own things when you're constantly going to check things for other people and stuff like that. So rather than start working on another maze, which I actually am doing at the moment, but rather than working on a whole series of mazes like this is going to be, and running back and forth and stuff, I'd rather do it off in single player and have it available, and that way, if people want to get into practice at the difficulty level that they're going to need to get used to for the hardcore system, even if it ends up being harder than the hardcore system is, I'd rather than be able to go off in single player practice in that and go at their own pace, try to get a handle of things, than to come onto the server and end up getting bullied around by people who know what they're doing already. Because I know that's happened quite a bit. We try to put a stop to it right away, because it's not right to go and tell someone that they need to get out of your way, because they need to stop and think about it for a moment and At the same time, it's not really right to just make other people wait behind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Another good reason to do this instead of making another maze on 0 is that I can play around with things on this a lot easier. I don't have to worry about crashing the server like I do whenever I'm playing around with a redstone on here. I've come close to crashing the server a couple times in the past few days, which is never a good idea. Dang it. Still haven't gotten over this cough that I got after I got a flu shot. It's gotten a lot better, but keep on fighting it. 6, okay, that's a double layer. And yes, I'm going to be copying this block for block. I even plan on duplicating the setting on the, what are these things called again? Come on. Oh, no wonder I can't go down its glass. Let's see. Now I already have 4 or 5 ideas for courses. I haven't decided which ones are going to be what type. And I still have to go around and find a few things. Now, while I am going to be using a lot of redstone in this project, I also have to try to be careful because I know that redstone lags out games like crazy. Dang. Let's see, I could just... I'm going to I'll go ahead and explain things before I start building it. I'll cut it to build. Okay, let's see what I talked about. I already said I want to copy the spawn for the spawn area. I'm going to be using a lot of redstone in this. I'm going to be using existing maps on 0 as inspiration, but not going to be copying them so they won't become a walkthrough. Let people get used to how to do stuff on their own on the single player so they don't have to deal with the people who act like jerks on the server, and also so they don't end up blocking the pathway if they need to take a long time to think about something. And let's see, the goal is to make it so that if you can complete this entire map 100% legit, then you'll be able to complete the hardcore set on 0, which will get you building rights. And let's see, what else was I going to talk about on this? Now, I don't have a lot of the plugin options that we have on the server. We have our own custom checkpoint system, which of course I can't copy over into single player, so I'm going to be messing around with command blocks a lot, and I'm hoping that I don't get too lost with them. Command blocks are disabled on the server, so that's not an option here. Okay. And I wanted to follow a lot of the systems that the FFA uses. I'm going to keep track of when you complete mazes. I'm going to set up parkours to have shops to buy food, because I'm going to say keep it on at least easy so that you get mob spawns, and that's how you're going to trade for food. And let's see. I don't want to make it so that you have to play with someone else, but I want to make it so you also could choose to do it with someone else. It's kind of difficult to figure out how to do something. I don't want to make a map so that someone who can't find someone to do it with won't be able to do it. I want to make it so you do it as a single person, but doing it as with another person isn't going to make it a complete cakewalk either. So it's going to be pretty interesting balancing out difficulty. One thing that I was concerned about, though, was the fact that what I find difficult, someone else might find easy. For example, I'm terrible at parkours, and there's a lot of people on the server who are really good at them, so like I say, it's going to try to figure out how to balance what's easy for each person. So that's going to be it for right now. When I start building actual courses, I'll get into more detail with that. I'm going to just build off without recording for right now because I already know that I'm going to get distracted by this a lot. It's going to be a lot of counting things because I'm trying to copy an existing build. So, hope everyone has fun, and I'll talk to you guys next time.